Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 15th of July 2024. Now look guys, one of the unfortunate events that did actually happen over the weekend, that was an assassination attempt against President Donald Trump. Now thankfully guys, he survived, but what has happened is that because of that, President Donald Trump's meme coin is pumped up a lot, and if you're someone who follows Polygon market, you need to go and check the odds of President Donald Trump beating Joe Biden at the upcoming election. The odds have definitely increased by a massive margin, so we'll definitely go and touch base on that. Now, the core news guys of today's episode has to do with tokenization. And MakerDAO guys, they're working on a $1 billion tokenization, and this is part of MakerDAO's endgame plan. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, Christian Runson did put out a blog roughly around 6 months ago, where he went ahead and gave out detailed information regarding endgame plan, and this tokenization guys is part of the endgame plan. Now what is a bit interesting to note guys is that major players like BlackRock's Biddle, Superstate and Nondo Finance are gearing up to participate in this, and the applications guys for this opens up on the 12th of August, so I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and check it out. Now the second news guys has to do with Africa, and ICP, that is Internet Computer Protocol, looks like they're promoting blockchain technology in African region, so I'll definitely go and give out what is it that they're doing and what is the initiatives that they are doing. Now the next news guys is a bit of a drama, and that is to do with Bitcoin Cash hash rate. Now what happened is that the Bitcoin Cash hash rate jumped up by over 2 times in just a matter of few hours, so I'll go ahead and explore what this news is all about. Now could it be possible that someone is trying to overtake the network? I definitely don't think so, but I'll go ahead and discuss what this drama is all about. And the final news guys today has to do with OpenAI, and what has happened is that the whistleblowers of OpenAI, they have written a formal complaint to the US Securities and Exchange Commission. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out what this news is all about, because they are alleging that the company was illegally preventing employees from altering regulators about the potential risks that is connected to its technology. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and blockchain-enabled sports tech startup that is Finera. They have partnered with Saudi government and they're going to relocate to Riyadh, so I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news guys also has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and what I'm noticing is since the last 2 weeks guys, I'm reading out a lot of news regarding Saudi Arabia, isn't it? So it looks like Saudi Arabia is leading the pack so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, as well as partnerships so far as blockchain is concerned, isn't it? Now the next news has to do with artificial intelligence, and the Saudi authority is the first in the world to achieve ISO's new AI management system certification. So I'll go ahead and give out what the certification is all about, because it looks like this is a new standard which was actually introduced in December of last year, so definitely positive news I guess. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kick start with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs
with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now since the last 72 hours guys, the global cryptocurrency market has definitely pumped up, and today it is at $2.21 trillion. Now since the last 24 hours, it is definitely up by 1.95%. Now there are different reasons as to why that thing is happening guys. One of the major reasons is the German police, they have pretty much dumped all of their bitcoins onto exchanges and they do not have much bitcoin left, so people are anticipating that the supply will be reduced, isn't it? And that is a positive sign, I guess. Now if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume guys, it is at $52.11 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 15.25%. Now look guys, unfortunately the volume in DeFi is not looking good at all. It is well below the $4 billion mark. It is only at $3.57 billion. Now if you look at the DeFi matrix guys, I hate saying it, but it is the most consistent no matter what happens in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Be it let's say a spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved or even a spot Ethereum ETF approved, the volume in DeFi is exactly the same, isn't it? Now as of today, that is the 15th of July, DeFi is accounting for 5.85% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now you need to remember guys that I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, and it is still technically Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now so far the total value locked is concerned, it is at $88.71 billion. Now so far the total value locked is concerned guys, it is at $91.42 billion. Now look guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the spot Ethereum trading does go live today. The total value locked will definitely be pumping up, but look guys, it could be a nothing burger as well, and it could be possible that the regulators may require more time for spot Ethereum trading to go live. Let's wait and see guys how this unfolds. Now so far as the dominance is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $31.05 billion, and if you look at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance guys, it is at 18.75%. Now look guys, in the episode that I released on the 10th and 11th of July, there was a massive anomaly so far as decentralized exchange volume is concerned, isn't it? And I did highlight this concern to DeFi Llama via Twitter, and they did actually reply and they stated that this was an error, but looks like they fixed the the error. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, today and the rest of the week, I'll definitely go and read out some numbers via defilama.com. Now, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, guys, Radium is leading the pack and its volume is $1.08 billion. Now, so far as Radium is concerned, guys, it is working only on Solana blockchain, isn't it? And Uniswap is at number 2nd now, and its volume is less than $1 billion at $948.26 million. Now, the third one, guys, is an exchange called Athena, and its volume is almost $500 million mark. It is at $513.33 million, whereas PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 4th, and its volume is $383.2 million. And at number 5th, guys, looks like it is a new one as well. It is Ramses Exchange, and its volume is $232.56 million. So look, guys, so far the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchange is concerned, there is a lot of shake-up going on, isn't it? Because historically, Uniswap has always been leading the pack, and often, guys, it leads with at least 20 to 30%. But Radium, guys, has overtaken the volume of Uniswap. Now, since the last 3 years, guys, this just might be the second or third time where Radium or any other cryptocurrency exchange has overtaken the volume of Uniswap. So let's see, guys, if this trend continues this particular week and in the next coming months. Now, there is a very high possibility, guys, that because the SEC has served well notice to Uniswap Lab CEO, that is one of the reasons why the volume has gone down, isn't it? So let's see how this drama unfolds. Now, let me quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, guys, because it is well below the $50 billion mark, and the volume of all stablecoins accounts for $46.88 billion. And it's no surprise that the USDT is leading the pack, and its volume is $40.26 billion. Circle USDC, guys, is at number 2nd, and its volume is almost double of FDUSD at $4.04 billion. And at number 3rd, guys, it is FDUSD, and its volume is $2.16 billion. Now, let me quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin's market cap, guys, is at $1.18 trillion. But so far as Ethereum's market cap is concerned, it is well below the $400 billion mark at $383 billion. Now look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if spot Ethereum trading does go live. The market cap of Ethereum alone might just cross the $400 billion mark. Let's wait and see, guys, if we do get some update. Now let me quickly run through the 24-hour trading volume, guys, because Bitcoin's 24-hour volume is $21.49 billion and Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $10.10 billion. Now, the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum is pretty much the same. Bitcoin's market cap is 53.66%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is 17.40%. Now, let me quickly run through the market cap of interoperability protocol, guys, because it looks like the numbers have drastically gone down, because I tend to read out these numbers, guys, once in every 2 months or 3 months, and if I'm not mistaken, the number one was Quant back then as well, and it was definitely well over the $1 billion mark. Unfortunately, guys, as of today, that is the 15th of July, the market cap of Quant is $883 million. The second one is Wormhole, and it is barely crossed the $500 million mark at $507 million. The third one, guys, is XLR. Its market cap is $499 million. The fourth one is Threshold, and its market cap is $206 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th is Across Protocol, and its market cap is $163 million. Now, regarding interoperability, guys, I have released a standalone episode explaining what interoperability is, what are the technical considerations we need to take care into when we're doing interoperability, what are the amendments and changes needed in smart contract, and the importance of standardization and interoperability as well. And guys, I also touch base, can we use interoperability between central bank digital currencies and open blockchain? So please feel free to go ahead and check it out. And if you do have any additional points regarding interoperability, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now look, guys, since the last 24 hours, there's a lot of drama going on, particularly so far as US election is concerned, isn't it? And there was an assassination attempt, guys, against President Donald Trump, and most likely, guys, it is someone from the left-leaning administration, or probably a lunatic from the left-leaning side, isn't it? Now, thankfully, President Donald Trump is perfectly fine, but following the assassination on the former president, that is Donald Trump, the meme token associated with his name, that is MAGA, and the ticker symbol for that is Trump, did actually pump up by over 40% against the US dollar, and the token experienced a wildly intraday trading range as well. So look, guys, this is definitely positive news, isn't it? And looks like people do want to go ahead and support President Trump, rightly so as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what happens to the token over the next coming weeks. Now look, guys, US election is a massive event, and it definitely impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? But more importantly, guys, what happened in the weekend is that the German government, they have pretty much sold most of the Bitcoin, And as of over the weekend, guys, the German government has sold $370 million in Bitcoin, thereby reducing the holding to just 9,094 Bitcoin. And in the past month alone, guys, the German government has sold roughly around 41,000 Bitcoin on the open market, and it has liquidated 82% of its Bitcoin holding. Now this is absolutely a massive loss for them, isn't it? They could have probably sold it over the counter, thereby increasing the price of Bitcoin actually. Now look guys, there is a very high possibility that they are just not aware about over-the-counter facilities as well. And this is where education kicks in, isn't it? Now look guys, along with the German government dumping a lot of the Bitcoin, what happened guys on the 11th of July, the CPI numbers were out and looks like the Biden inflation numbers are actually down by 0.1% and looks like the inflation number is marginally down. Now last month guys, if I'm not mistaken, the inflation was at 3.1%, isn't it? So from 3.1%, now it has gone down to 3.0%. This is definitely not a massive decrease, but look guys, the left-leaning administration are actually putting out fake news that there is negative inflation. This is definitely not true, and it is just incorrect terminology being used to go ahead and put out a completely fake and different narrative. Now thankfully guys, because of that news, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has marginally pumped up, and if you look at the price of the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, it is at $62,047. Now since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.44%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.71%. If you look at Ethereum guys, it has crossed a $3,000 mark, and it is at $3,193. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.35%. And since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 7.20%. Binance BNB coin is at $536. Since the last 24 hours, guys, it is up by 1.07%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 7.69%. Now look guys, one metric that we need to keep an eye on is the volume of stable coins, and let's see guys how these numbers reflects in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now unfortunately guys, if you look at the crypto and fear grade index, it is still at fear and the number is 45. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys if we do get some development so far as Ethereum spot trading to go live today. I really am not sure, to be honest, if the Ethereum spot trading would be live or not. What I'd really recommend you to do is guys, on Twitter, try to follow Eric Balkanis. He might go ahead and give out more information. Now let's talk about tokenization guys, because there is so much of hype surrounding tokenization, isn't it? And there is a massive news regarding MakerDAO, and MakerDAO guys has announced an open competition to invest $1 billion in tokenized US Treasury offering, and they are aiming to significantly boost the $1.8 billion tokenized real-world asset space. And this competition guys is called Spark Tokenization Grand Prix, and this will be open for application on August 12th. Now what's really important to note guys, that notable issuers like BlackRock with Securities, Ondo Finance and Superstate plan to participate in this as well. Now because of this news, the token that is associated with MakerDAO, that is MKR, it is pumped up by 5%. Definitely interesting news, isn't it? Now so far as this news is concerned guys, this initiative marks a strategic shift in MakerDAO's reserve strategy under founder Rune Christensen's endgame plan, and it involves reallocating funds from existing reserves that is managed by Montelos and Block Tower, with Montelos being off-boarded due to inadequate reporting. Now the competition guys aims to enhance the real-world assets trend in DeFi by backing MakerDAO's decentralized stablecoin with US government bonds and bills. Now the market for tokenized treasury has grown significantly, and it has actually tripled to $1.85 billion in just a matter of 1 year, and MakerDAO's $1 billion investment is expected to boost it by another 55%. Now look, since the last few months, there has been similar initiatives, isn't it? Such as Arbitron's DAO, which had recently allocated $27 million in tokenized offerings as well. So let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding this? Now so far as the application is concerned, the application begins on the 12th of August, and you can probably go ahead and apply for it as well. Now guys, let's go ahead and touch base on some positive development in the region of Africa. An ICP protocol, that is Internet Computer Protocol, looks like they want to get a lot of blockchain adoption in Africa, and the ICP's protocol, that is DecaHack at University of Ibadan, have highlighted blockchain's potential in Nigerian youths guys. They are also engaged with blockchain for global competitiveness, and there are quite a lot of initiatives such as boot camps, hackathon, pitch competitions and quite a lot of other. And look, as the ICP looks like they want to support the top 5 startups, and they're offering grants which is worth $25,000, mentorship, and also ICP grant access as well. And they want to foster blockchain talent to drive innovation and keep Nigerian competitive in the digital economy, isn't it? Now, if you do need more information regarding this, guys, you can check it via Cointelegraph. Now, guys, let's discuss some interesting drama in the world of Bitcoin Cash. And what happened, guys, is the Bitcoin Cash network saw a dramatic 156% increase in hash rate overnight, reaching a 70-week high of 9.4 ETH hash per second. Now, what is crazy to note, guys, is that this increase in 156% was sparked by an emergence of a new miner named Phoenix. Now, if you do need more information, guys, there is a podcast called as the Bitcoin Cash Podcast, and they actually publish quite a lot of information via Twitter. Now, what they also mentioned, guys, on the tweet, that there is a growing concern that this could potentially be a preparation for an attack, because look, the sudden increase in hash rate, guys, especially if it is not driven by profitability, is unusual, and typically, guys, price movements lead to changes in hash rate as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if we do get some drama in the world of Bitcoin Cash. Now, generally speaking, guys, attacks involving significant hash rate increases are less likely due to time required for adjustments in BCH difficult adjustment algorithm. Now, Bitcoin Cash, guys, uses something called as difficulty adjustment algorithm, which is different to what Bitcoin Core uses. And Bitcoin Cash, guys, they solve these difficulty adjustments by adjusting the target according to an algorithm that overlooks at recent block times, infers the hashing power that led to those time stops, and any attempts to change the difficulty of mining future blocks accordingly. Now, the calculation, guys, is referred to as difficulty adjustment algorithm or DAA, and has changed a number of times, and in order to validate the blockchain, the difficulty must be verified using the DAA that wasn't used when the block was mined. So I'm hoping we do not find out any drama, guys, so far as Bitcoin Cash is concerned, because look, if you do find out any notorious activity or overtaking of the network in Bitcoin Cash, unfortunately it becomes a negative news for Bitcoin as well, isn't it? So let's see, guys, if there is some unfortunate news in the world of Bitcoin Cash. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news so far as OpenAI is concerned. Now, look, guys, there's a lot of drama so far as whistleblowing is concerned, isn't it? What I really urge you to do is look at what is going on for whistleblowers in the whole blowing space. You would know what I'm talking about. Now, so far as OpenAI is concerned, whistleblowers have filed a complaint with the US Securities and Exchange Commission against OpenAI, and they actually alleging that the company illegally prevented employees from alerting regulators about potential risks of its technology. Now, according to a 7-page document, guys, which is sent to the US Securities and Exchange Commission, OpenAI made employees waive their rights to whistleblower compensation and required company consent before disclosing information to authorities. Now, the agreement also lacked exemptions for reporting security violation to the SEC. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now, because there is a lot of drama in the world of whistleblowing, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the token associated with OpenAI, that is WorldCoin, that has been significantly impacted as well. And let's see, guys, if the SEC does take any action regarding this as well. Only time will tell, I guess. So these were some news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And both the news, guys, has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the first one has to do with blockchain-enabled sports tech startup, that is Finera, and they are partnered with Saudi government and they want to relocate to Riyadh. So let me go ahead and give out more information, guys, because Finera is set to relocate the headquarters to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and Finera's fan engagement app aims to empower football fans as content creators and influencers, and the partnership, guys, aims to transform the football fan experience in Saudi Arabia, and Finera aims to solidify its presence in Saudi Arabia, and they are planning to host the 2034 World Cup as well as in it, and the partnership, guys, aims to transform the football experience in Saudi Arabia. Now, the company, guys, seeks to tap into Saudi Arabia's growing football market. Now, look, guys, so far as boxing is concerned, right now the home of boxing is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, regarding Finera, guys, Mo Kilani, the CEO of Finera, calls this move a strategic decision that is aligning with broader company goals. Now, Finera's mission is to revolutionize football fan engagement globally, and the company plans to integrate Web3 technologies to enhance the fan experience. And Finera, guys, aims to set new standards in the football fan engagement field, and this move aligns with Saudi Arabia's vision of becoming a global sports hub. And the fan engagement app, guys, will reward users for interactions as well, and the app fosters a vibrant community of football enthusiasts, and the app's interactions potentially increases the competition among fans as well. Now, Finera, guys, leverages blockchain technology and NFTs, and fans can trade the content and ensures authenticity using the app, and the app, guys, creates new revenue streams for football fans as well. Now, Finera's initiative, definitely aligns with Saudi Arabia's vision for technological leadership and innovation, isn't it? So definitely positive news. Now on a similar note guys, I do have a standalone episode with Tim Magnum, who's the CEO and founder of Fango, and looks like they were doing exactly the same thing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That has to do with football, so really I'm not sure what is going on. Looks like Finera has taken the lead regarding this, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see what the update to Fango is. But listen guys, feel free to go and check out my episode so you know what I'm talking about. Now to be completely honest guys, I really am not sure if so far as fan engagement is concerned, will it merge perfectly well with so far as cryptocurrency and blockchain space is concerned. Because look guys, since the NFT hype, a lot of them have tried something similar, and most of the NFTs have dumped down by well over 90%. So let's see guys if this thing turns out to be a success. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss the second news, and this is to do with Saudi Authority, and it is the first in the world to achieve ISO new AI management system certification. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this guys. Because Saudi Authority for Data and Artificial Intelligence, also called as SDAIA, they have achieved ISO 42001 2023 certification, and this is the first organization in the world guys to achieve the System AI Management certification. Now so far as the standard of certification is concerned, it was introduced in December of last year, and it is the first of its kind in artificial intelligence management system. Now the standard guys provides guidance on addressing AI challenges such as ethical values, transparency and continuous learning, and it defines a systemic approach for managing AI-related risks and opportunities. Now the standard guys aims to balance innovation and governance in organizations that are adopting AI technologies, and Abdullah Al-Ghamdi, the president of Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority, has expressed pride in the accreditation. Now the certification guys represents recognition of Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority's implementation of appropriate AI management standards and practices, and it reflects Saudi Arabia's growing reputation for excellence in data and artificial intelligence. And Al-Ghamdi credited the continuing support of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for the authority's progress, and the Crown Prince guys serves as the chairman of Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority's board of directors as well. Now the support guys helps the authority serve as a national reference point for data and artificial intelligence. Now look, our Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority is responsible for regulating, developing and managing AI technologies in Saudi Arabia, and the organization ensures AI technologies are properly governed, and Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority's achievements position Saudi Arabia as a leader in the field of data and AI, and the standard guys promotes ethical AI practices and transparency as well, and the authority aims to foster continuous learning and improvement in AI management as well. So definitely positive news. Now the big question guys is, where does cryptocurrency and blockchain fit so far as artificial intelligence is concerned? Now my opinion is completely different guys. When you talk about blockchain technology, at this point of time there are very limited use case. Apart from keeping data on a distributed network, I don't see blockchain technologies, at least for now, being an ideal fit for artificial intelligence. It would be better off for artificial intelligence to be run on a centralized system, but what companies can do is they can run it in a centralized manner, but so far as the coding is concerned, they can have it completely open source, something similar to what Elon Musk is doing with XAI and also with Twitter, isn't it? That way we know what is going on. So far as the coding of artificial intelligence is concerned, in my opinion, let me know guys if you agree to it or disagree to it, and if you want to go ahead and release a couple of series regarding this, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. So those were the news guys on cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, please feel free to go ahead and check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. It is packed with loads of information in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies, metaverse, and now artificial intelligence as well. Now for the next few minutes guys, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. I have a question by Mark who asks, how do you think MakerDAO's $1 billion tokenization plan will impact the DeFi market? This is such a brilliant question. Now, so far as the DeFi volume is concerned, Mark, I haven't seen any drastic changes, to be honest, but I do feel that there might be increased liquidity in market depth in the next coming weeks and months. Because look, Mark, by injecting $1 billion into tokenized US Treasury offerings, MakerDAO will significantly enhance the liquidity of DeFi ecosystem, isn't it? And according to me, Mark, this move is likely to attract institutional investors who are more comfortable with regulated real-world assets, and this would definitely increase market participation and stability as well. And this is going to have a dominant impact, isn't it? Because the involvement of major financial players like BlackRock's Biddle, Ondo Finance and Superstate definitely adds a layer of credibility to the DeFi space, and I'm pretty much sure other companies and other giants will be joining this as well. Because look, Mark, this collaboration bridges traditional finance with DeFi spaces in it, and it fosters greater trust among cautious investors who have been hesitant at this point of time to enter into the cryptocurrency market space. But with giants like BlackRock, a lot of the so-called investors who are hesitant to get into the cryptocurrency space will definitely be motivated to take a leap. And look, Mark, as I mentioned earlier, with the tokenized treasuries market already tripling to, I believe, $1.85 billion in just a matter of a year, MakerDAO's investment could boost it by another 55%, and this surge, according to me, Mark, can definitely accelerate the adoption of tokenized assets, thereby creating new opportunities for yield generation and also portfolio diversification, particularly in the DeFi space. Now, we need to remember that MakerDAO stablecoin, that is DAI, it is backed with US Treasury assets, and it definitely enhances its stability and reduces reliance on volatile crypto assets as well as in it. And this move by Rune Christensen aligns with MakerDAO's endgame plan as well, and he wants to create a more resilient and sustainable stablecoin ecosystem, potentially making DAI a more attractive option for users and investors alike. And if I understand correctly, Rune Christensen possibly wants to make MakerDAO and Solana blockchain as well. So I do feel that such a massive move by MakerDAO could definitely spur more constructive dialogue with regulators, and MakerDAO could just pave the way for a clear regulatory framework so far as tokenized assets is concerned. And also, Mark, what I feel is that this initiative will encourage other DeFi protocols to explore similar strategies, and this will foster innovation and healthy competition as well as in it. And as more projects adopt tokenization, I do feel we could see an influx of novel financial products and services that further expand the DeFi landscape. But look, Mark, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely crazy and wild, isn't it? But MakerDAO's 1 billion tokenization plan is likely to act as a catalyst for broader adoption and integration of DeFi with traditional financial systems. And as I mentioned earlier, it can definitely enhance liquidity, trust and stability with the market. So let's see how this narrative turns out to be. And let me see, Mark, maybe I'll try to release a standalone episode explaining the intricacies of that, but definitely a brilliant question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything season blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, also go to my website www.blockchaindxb.com. It is packed with loads of information. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence space as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.